Hey, fellas. Hey, I'm taping the Street Magic special. You want to see some magic?
Oh my God, you're David Blaine!
David
That
Blaine!
one thing was incredible.
Thank you. You want to see some magic?
Yeah,
Sure.
of course.
Pick a card.
Oh my, is this gonna be on TV?
Don't let me see it. Don't let me see
This is
it.
gonna be on TV.
Might be. Alright. Put it back in the deck.
Oh my God, this is crazy. You're David Blaine.
Is that your card?
Nope, that is not our card. Nope.
Interesting.
Nope.
Interesting. Lift up your shirt.
What? What? Who?
You. Lift up your shirt.
Ow! What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the? How did he do that? What? How did you?
What the F is going on in fantasy? Welcome to Behind the Numbers, Week 3. We'll get to that question a little bit later on, but first it's time for a big announcement. Yes, just what you thought would never happen. The biggest announcement since the yin and the yang were put together, since peanut butter and jelly, since Britney Spears and K-Fed. Actually, they were both two white trash losers. That was a love match. I don't see how that didn't work out. But, yes, the Behind the Numbers is bringing in a sideline reporter for the first time in our history, and that sideline reporter will be none other than the Institute, John Veazey. He's going to be featured in a very special segment, but to commemorate this event, we've got to show you a special clip. Alright, I'm here with my esteemed colleague John Veazey in a little segment I'm going to call Point Counterpoint. How this works is I'm going to make a point which will be completely right, and then Veazey will have the opportunity to retort with a point. It will be a counterpoint, and it will be inevitably wrong. So here's how it goes, true or false statements. The first statement is Bill Belichick is a cheater, and what he has done in the past has helped the Patriots to win games. Veazey, true or false?
That is clearly true. Bill Belichick is a cheater. He broke a rule. It was a known rule. It was an explained rule. He cheated. Does it help the Patriots win games? I don't know how it helps the Patriots win games, but it has to help the Patriots win games. How do I know this? Bill Belichick is intelligent. Bill Belichick is a cheater, but he's smart. He wouldn't cheat unless it helped him win the game. Is this the first time he cheated? I don't know. I wasn't there. I think not. If it's the first time he cheated, how did Man Genius know he was doing it? Also, if it's the first time, if you've never done it before, why do you pick a team that you beat consistently and you taught their head coach how to coach? I mean, clearly, if you're going to only cheat once, you might want to cheat on, like, the Colts.
Shockingly, I'm going to agree with you on the first point. It does help him, but it's false that this is cheating. This is ridiculous. Every team tries to do it. Every team is trying to get a competitive edge any way that they can. They got guys with binoculars in the stands. They got signals that they're trying to call out. The owners stopped them from getting helmets just or getting headsets in their helmets so that this kind of cheating couldn't go on. Everybody's trying to get that competitive edge. It's a part of every game, from baseball to basketball to whatever. Everybody's trying to figure out your plays, steal your signs. This isn't cheating.
Brent. Is this not the same argument Chris Norris made to you about why pot should be legal? Everybody does it. Everybody's just trying to get a little edge. Why can't we just make pot legal?
Well, I can't really respond to that. Anytime you invoke a Chris Norris argument, you are clearly wrong. All right, question number 2. True or false? Black quarterbacks are scrutinized harder than white quarterbacks.
Well, Brent, I'm going to have to go with true again. I think you're probably referring to some recent comments by Donovan McNabb. So I'm just going to use McNabb as an example. Now I'm going to say, let's look at the pre-Colts Super Bowl win. And you have Manning and you have McNabb. Manning, did he ever make it to the AFC Championship game before they won the Super Bowl? I can't remember. But he certainly didn't make it like the 3 or 4 times that McNabb made it. McNabb definitely made it to the Super Bowl before Manning did. And yet, Manning has consistently been the most beloved. Oh, we hope he wins. Can he just win? He's such a good quarterback. He's in 1,000 commercials. McNabb, he gets yelled at, made fun of by his fans, and he only gets to be in those crappy, chunky soup commercials with his mom.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to go with false, and I don't think your argument works because, number one, I hate Peyton Manning. I've always hated Peyton Manning. I don't care how many Super Bowls he wins. I hate that guy. But secondly, Donovan McNabb is the one to raise this issue in the first place. A few years ago when Rush Limbaugh said, oh, the media is looking for a black quarterback that they can gather around, he said, I don't want to be judged as a black quarterback. I just want to be judged as a quarterback. He raised the race issue this time. That's ridiculous. He needs to stay down just because he's not doing as well now. He wants to be judged as a black quarterback instead of just a quarterback. There's plenty of black quarterbacks out there. Doug Williams won the Super Bowl. Michael Vick was a star in this league. Vince Young's a future star in this league. 60% of the players in the NFL are black. Both head coaches, as we were repeatedly told last year, were actually black head coaches. What's it feel like to be a black head coach? What's it feel like to be a black quarterback? Just be a quarterback. Throw touchdown passes. Just win. That's all that matters. Third and final question is, true or false, fantasy football statistics are ridiculous right now. I'm, of course, going with true on this one. True because look at the top 10. The top 10 has 4 wide receivers. It also, the top running backs right now in fantasy are such names as Edgerrin James, Lamont Jordan, and Marion Barber. The NFL is sprinkled with teams that you would not expect to be 2-0. The Washington Redskins come to mind. The 49ers come to mind. The Cleveland Browns just scored 51 points this week. Are you kidding me? Jamal Lewis ran like he was going to run for 2,000 yards again. This is not going to happen. Steve Smith and Andre Johnson are not going to end up with 2,700 yards and 35 touchdowns apiece. This is not going to last a full season.
You know, normally I would agree with you, Brent, but history is certainly on your side. And I'm positive that Jamal Lewis will not run for 2,000 yards again. He is no longer playing for the Institute. But the thing I think you have to realize this year is, look at the Institute's draft strategy. What did we take first? Quarterbacks and wide receivers. What did we take next? Running backs. Clearly, we knew something that the rest of you did not know. And as for your comment about Andre Johnson and Steve Smith, poor Andre hurt his knee. But Steve Smith, I mean, he's playing for his sick grandma. Does he need any more reason to blow up? He also plays for the Institute. Do you think anyone expected Jamal Lewis to get 2,000 yards? Do you think anyone expected Peyton Manning to get 49 touchdowns? Do you think anyone expected LaDainian Tomlinson to get 31 touchdowns? No, these things were not expected. But one constant has remained through all of it. They have played for the Institute. So I fully expect wide receivers at the top of the league in fantasy and in real life at the end of this year. There will be 2 wide receivers taken in the first round next year.
Okay, well, thanks for being on the podcast. I'm glad you've seen the light and you've come to the right side here. I hope that we'll get to continue our relationship in the future. Behind the Numbers is brought to you by the U.S. Army. There's strong, and then there's Army strong. Chris Norris is neither.